Two giants in the website world face off, WordPress.com versus Squarespace. Which one really delivers? On one side, we've got the versatile, open possibilities of WordPress.com. On the other, the stylish, streamlined Squarespace. We'll test them in the ways that actually matter. Ease of use, customization, pricing, support, and more. We're cutting through the marketing fluff. No hype, just hands-on comparison. Each challenge earns points, and at the end, you'll know exactly who comes out on top. The winner might not be who you think. Let's get into it. Alright, let's lay out our game plan real quick. We're going to compare WordPress.com and Squarespace across price, design and templates, ease of use, flexibility and features, how mobile friendly they are, ecosystem and integrations, e-commerce, and finally, support. Got all that? Cool, let's jump in. First up, price. So, WordPress.com comes in swinging with a genuinely free plan. Yeah, there are ads, but hey, free is free, right? Plus, they have a ton of paid tiers to choose from. But be aware, if you want the fancy features or those premium themes, you're gonna have to shell out a bit more. Meanwhile, Squarespace is like, no ads ever, which is a relief. And your hosting, SSL, and custom domain are baked in. The catch? There's no free plan, and you'll notice their base price is a bit steeper. So, when it comes to stretching your dollar, WordPress.com just edges it out. Moving on to design and templates. Okay, you know how WordPress.com throws you into this world with, like, thousands of third-party themes? It's a designer's playground, but honestly, it can get overwhelming fast, especially if you don't want to mess around with customization. Now, Squarespace, though, their templates are, no joke, gorgeous. Seriously, they look straight out of a magazine, and you get a true drag-and-drop editor. Not as many template choices, but it's crazy simple to make something polished. So on looks and simplicity, Squarespace totally wins this round. Let's talk ease of use. WordPress.com tries to hold your hand with a setup wizard, and the new block editor is, better than it used to be. But honestly, poke around for long and you'll probably hit something confusing, especially if you're new to building sites. Squarespace, on the other hand, is kind of the gold standard for being dead simple. You're editing exactly what your visitors will see. It's almost hard to mess up. For the average person, Squarespace just makes things stupid easy to launch something great. Oh, and here's something cool I bet you didn't know. WordPress actually powers over 40% of ALL websites out there. That is seriously wild. Shows you just how big of a deal it is, right? Next, flexibility and features. Here's where WordPress.com just goes full beast mode. Access to thousands of plugins, support for blogs, stores, memberships, all that good stuff. But, full disclosure, that toolbox comes with its own headaches, like keeping plugins updated or dealing with more settings. Meanwhile, Squarespace keeps things more curated, fewer bells and whistles, but enough for most regular websites. Still, for hardcore customization, WordPress.com definitely takes it. Alright, mobile optimization. So, most WordPress.com themes play pretty nicely on phones, plus you can actually edit your site with their mobile app. But be ready, you'll maybe need to tinker to get pixel perfection. Squarespace is just smooth right out of the box. Every template just works on mobile instantly, and their editor is super handy for tweaks on the go. If you want zero hassle, this is Squarespace's zone. Now, let's peek at the ecosystem and integrations. WordPress.com has this massive plugin universe. Seriously, it's wild. You can connect just about anything to your site, from payment gateways to memberships, all sorts of stuff. Only catch, sometimes those plugins cost extra or need an upgrade. Squarespace has less variety, but what it does have integrates really well. Think, social, email, shop tools. Ultimate flexibility? That's clearly WordPress.com. On to e-commerce. So WordPress.com gives you WooCommerce, which is kind of the big deal in e-commerce land. You can sell unlimited products, set up anything from downloads to memberships, though, be warned, setup can get hairy. Squarespace's store setup is way easier for beginners and totally enough for small business owners, even if it lacks a couple fancy features. Honestly, can't pick a winner here. Both solid, just depends on your needs. Finally, support. If you're the DIY type, WordPress.com has a massive community and a knowledge base overflowing with guides. But direct human help? Only on paid plans, and even then you're stuck with chat or email. Squarespace, though, serves up 24/7 email and live chat on all paid plans. Super handy if you run into a problem at 3 a.m. Oh, and they have videos and webinars that are actually helpful. Squarespace totally takes this one. Let's take a quick look at how they stack up overall. WordPress.com really shines if you want ultimate control, while Squarespace basically smooths out all the bumps so you can focus on your content. Depending on which categories matter most to you, you'll spot the difference right away. So, what's the takeaway? WordPress.com is a powerhouse for people who want to tweak and scale their site. Perfect if you're building out a big blog or a complicated project. But if you want something that's drop-dead simple and looks amazing right off the bat, Squarespace makes that happen. For most folks, especially if design and ease are your thing, you'll probably want to lean Squarespace. If this comparison saved you any time at all, definitely hit follow and stay tuned for more smart picks. Let me know in the comments which one you're leaning towards.